On this video, we're going to solve quadratic equations algebraically. So we got 2x squared plus 14 equals 70. What I want to do is I want to get rid of 14. So subtract 14 both sides. And you get 56. You divide by 2, you get x squared equals 28. So now you want to take the square root. Now remember though, when you take the square root, you need to have a positive, negative. So it'll be positive, negative, radical 28. And you could simplify radical 28. So it's 4 times 7, so 2 comes out. And 7 stays inside. So you have two solutions. You got x equals 2 radical 7. And you got x equals negative 2 radical 7. We have 4x squared plus 20 equals 16. So let's subtract 20 both sides. And you have negative 4. Divide by 4 both sides. You get negative 1. Now, so x equals positive negative radical negative 1. Now notice, we got a problem here because radical negative 1 is not real. It's not a real number. Actually, we're going to talk about it in another video. Square root of negative 1 is the same thing as I, where it is imaginary. But again, we're going to talk about this in another video. But this does not have real solutions. On this example, we got 3 over 4 times the quantity x plus 1 squared equals 10. So what you want to do is you want to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 3 over 4, which is 4 over 3. And you will get quantity x plus 1 squared equals 40 over 3. Because you could rewrite 10 as 10 over 1. And when you take the square root of both sides to get rid of the square, you end up getting positive negative radical 40 over radical 3. We could simplify radical 40, but let's multiply the top and bottom by radical 3. Because we're not supposed to have a radical in the bottom. So notice, radical 40 is 4 times 10. So 4 comes out, it becomes 2. And then radical 3 times radical 3 is 3. So you end up getting 2 radical 30 because radical 10 times radical 3 is radical 30 over 3. But we're not done yet because we need to get rid of a negative, positive 1. So we're going to subtract 1 both sides. You get negative 1 plus or minus 2 radical 30 over 3. So you have two solutions. One of them is negative 1 plus 2 radical 30 over 3. And the other one is negative 1 minus 2 radical 30 over 3. And let's solve our last example. X squared minus 4x equals 45. Now the common mistake is students want to factor out x and set this as x equals 45 or x minus 4 equals 45. This is a common mistake. You're not supposed to do that because you can only do that if this is 0, if the right side is 0. So be careful. So in order to solve this, we need to move 45 to the other side. So you get x squared minus 4x minus 45 equals 0. And now what you could do is you could factor. So you get x minus 9, x plus 5. Okay, now you could say x minus 9 equals 0, or x plus 5 is 0. So x equals what? X equals 9, and x equals negative 5. So we have two solutions. So graphically, if you graph this right here, the x-intercept, the graph will go through the x-axis at x equals 9 and x equals negative 5.